Buenas and Hapa Day. I'm Julian Hernandez with the Pacific Daily News, and these are the top stories from the PDN newsroom.
Fiscal 2025 was off to a bad start for Guam's tourism industry, with October arrivals falling further to just 39% of pre-pandemic levels. This was even lower than the entire fiscal 2024 arrivals, representing 46% of pre-COVID numbers, even as the Guam Visitors Bureau's optimistic forecast is at 1 million by the time fiscal 2025 wraps up. But the first month of fiscal 2025 saw only 53,077 arrivals to Guam, a 60.6% drop from the 134,830 reported in pre-COVID October 2019, based on preliminary numbers from GVB. The GVB board just last week formally unveiled a $60 million tourism recovery plan, though the Bureau has yet to firm up funding sources to get the plan off the ground. During GVB board discussions, Vice Chairman Joaquin Cook said if the tourism recovery plan is successful, the projected 830,000 arrivals will result in an additional several $100 million in economic impact and thousands of new jobs. Cook, the chairman of the Tourism Recovery Committee, said that $60 million in new taxes will result in a 100% return on investment for the government. In other news, island residents have mixed views on Department of Corrections Director Fred Berdallo Jr.'s proposal to release up to 250 pretrial detainees accused of nonviolent crimes in order to reduce severe overcrowding at prison facilities. Daniel Inco, a resident of Dededo, said DOC's trying to solve a problem they've had for a while by kicking it to someone else and making it someone else's problem. Inco added that the proposal release would make him feel unsafe in the community. He is opposed to the proposal, citing concerns about reoffending and case delays. Another resident, Johnny Flores, echoes this sentiment, believing that releasing individuals who haven't been convicted could be risky. An option, he said, would be to create a separate area for pretrial detainees instead of releasing them into the public. Flores said it's not just for his safety, it's for everyone's safety, such as his family. Just over 1/3 of every dollar spent by 28 different agencies in the government of Guam last fiscal year came from the U.S. government. That's according to the annual Federal Receipts Report prepared by the Bureau of Budget Management and Research, which details how much funding agencies got from the federal government and what percentage of their total budgets are federally funded. Of the $2.1 billion in total fiscal 2024 funding for the agencies included, some $723.6 million came from federal grants or federal matching funds, according to the report shared with lawmakers. That's more federal funding than any year going back to fiscal 2018, the last fiscal year for which a federal receipts report is available through the legislature's online archive. The report was first mandated by law in 2015. Of the 28 agencies included in the report, 11 got more than half of their money from the federal government, including the Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority, Guam Energy Office, and Guam Environmental Protection Agency. The report shows public health got more federal money than any other agency, $289.8 million, through a large amount of that is likely funding for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program SNAP or Medicare and Medicaid reimbursements. In other news, Operation Christmas Drop, now in its 73rd year, held a bundle build event on Friday to assemble at least 220 boxes filled with non-perishable goods for 60 islands. Volunteer residents and service members gathered at Anderson Air Force Base in Jigo to work together and prepare the boxes that they hope would bring holiday cheers to those islands such as Kapinga Merengue, Takamakasar, and Palau. Among the most requested items were Tupperware for food storage, they said. What started off more than 7 decades ago as a showing of holiday goodwill from the crew of a U.S. military plane has grown into an annual holiday tradition. Every year since 1952, Operation Christmas Drop, flown by the U.S. Air Force, has parachuted crates of presents, clothing, toys, tools, fishing equipment, and the like to residents of the remote islands of Micronesia. This year, Operation Christmas Drop received nearly 100 sponsored boxes, marking a significant increase in community involvement. For more on these stories, go to GuamPDN.com and follow us on social media.